Hi everyone, welcome to another SysAid release webinar, and today we have version 14.4 for you. We're going to provide you with all the necessary information about its new features. In this version, we're aiming to help you help your customers better, and we're coming out with a new iPad app. Now, if you've been with us over the years, you know that we have used SysAid on iPad, but we've used it using the browser. Now we have a new and dedicated native app for the iPad, which we're going to show you in a minute. And in fact, if you want to follow along with us as we're showing it, you're welcome to go to the App Store and just download it right now. We're also going to show you a lot of great enhancements that we did to our help desk. And if you're a cloud user, you might have seen these enhancements up till today in your systems, because we provide our cloud clients all the updates over the course of the passing months until the on-premise release. And if you haven't seen them, you're welcome to join all our on-premise clients and get acquainted with them and see how they can help you do your job better. So let's get started with today's agenda. So our agenda for today is we're going to see our SysAid iPad app. Like we said, a new native app that is going to allow you and your admins a lot of flexibility as you're working on your incidents. You'll be able to do your job on the go. We'll have Oded Moshe here. He's going to tell us about our new category screen and about all our service desk enhancements that we've added in this version. In addition, Michael Slobodnik, our community manager, is going to be here, and he's going to tell us about our new and improved customer community. Remember, if you should have any queries, our representatives are here to take your questions. All you need to do is just click the chat link below. You can also contact us via our community on Facebook or on Twitter using @SysAid #webinar. And now we're ready to start with our new iPad app, and we have Maurice, the man behind the design of the iPad app. Maurice is our creative director. And so Maurice, basically tell us what was the main concept that basically drove you when you were designing the app.
Okay, so our customers know that we have had mobile applications for a while now. But our past mobile applications didn't give the users the great experience that we want to give them, really. IT admins could use these applications, but not to the extent of like using their desktop app.
Right.
So this was the purpose of creating the new app. We wanted IT admins to be able to accomplish all their IT tasks, or almost all the tasks, using the tablet,
right,
and getting a great experience that tablets can give us. So this was the core of the concept of creating the new app, and I think that we succeeded a lot of it.
So basically giving them a more flexible solution to do what they're doing on a day-to-day basis,
yes,
and away from their desk.
Exactly. They can use it anywhere they have internet connectivity. They just can work.
Right. So let's take a look at the app. So we are very happy and excited to show you this new native iPad app. All you need to do to download it is go to the App Store and type SysAid Help Desk and download the app. And of course, you're welcome to do it right now and follow along with us as we're showing it. We've already downloaded the app and we have it right here. So this is the app's login screen. If you want to connect your SysAid server with the app, you'll have to put in your login URL in this field. And right here, I'm going to put my admin username and password. So what are we seeing here? We see our incidents list, which we can scroll up and down, of course, and I'll show this with the mouse so it's clear. We have this green bar right here where we can create various filters and keep them as list views, just like we're doing in our desktop application. If I wanted to do that, all I need to do is just click this filter tag right here, and let's say I want to create a filter all the incidents with category ABC application, administration, and other. Click done, and I have one incident in this case, and I want to save this filter as a list view for later times. So all I need to do is just drag this filter right here to this list, and let's name it my filter, just for the sake of this demonstration. And there we go. We have a new list view. And if I click my tickets, I'm back to my full list. And my filter will bring me back to the filtered view that I just created. Each and every service record, I'll show this with the mouse again, has the image of the request user, which we can take on the go as we're taking the service record from the end user. Say we're meeting someone in the hallway and he wants to report an incident to us. We can add this incident on the go, and as we're doing it, we can also take a picture of the request user and actually see the face of the person that we're providing service to. That gives this app a very personal touch, a very social touch, if you will. In addition, we'll see the category that this service record is related to, and we'll also see the description, the service record number, the priority of this service record. Right here we have a star to mark this service record as favorite. For example, if I go to my tickets and let's say I want to add a service record as a favorite, I just need to tap this star right here and it will be added to my favorites list. To get to my favorites list, I just click the favorites filter. Back to my filter. What else do we have here? We have the advanced actions that you all know from the regular desktop list. So we can close the ticket, we can assign it to someone right here without even going into the service record, and we can delete the ticket. Let's go in to one of the tickets and see how that looks. So this is how our incident looks. We have the incident number right here, the incident title, and the incident description. Of course, the category right here. Right here on the right, you'll have all the fields that you all know from your desktop application. So for example, here we have the status, which we can edit, the assigned admin, the admin group. Okay, we have our main asset here, which we can modify. Basically everything that you all know. Right here we have three nice and slick bars where we can change the priority if you wanted, urgency, and the impact of the service record. And in the middle here we have what you all know as the messages field in your desktop application. We've implemented it here in a form of chat where you can actually see the image of the user as well as the image of the admin when they're going back and forth. So all you need to do to reply to a message is you just click this bar here and say, for example, I'm on this. Don't worry. And click reply. And you can see here that my reply is added to a list, and I can very conveniently look at the message trail. In the bottom here we have tabs that you know from your desktop, we have tabs that you know from your desktop application. So we have the notes here. One thing that I forgot to show you is this top bar right here. Okay, we have 3 icons right here. So one of the icons is just to search for one of your service records. Right here you can simply add a new service record to your incidents list. You can set the category, ABC application, administration, and other. Click done and just start to type in your service record. And right here, I'll show you this with the mouse again so it's clear. Right here you'll have your log out button. Okay, and we're logged out. So in addition to our iPad app, we also have a lot of new and exciting features for you, a lot of improvements in this release. And here to tell us all about that is Oded, our VP of Products. How are you?
Hi, great.
Well, Oded, like I said, alongside the iPad, we've also added a lot of new features. One of the big improvements is the category screen. So can you tell us about that?
Sure, I will. So the category screens, we redesigned it completely, allowing you much more flexibility in adding, editing, and managing all your categories. We took the approach from the flat screen we have today, where it's all on one screen, and we moved it to the list and form view you are all familiar with. So you can do much more stuff there, including the stuff, you know, filtering, searching, multiple actions on the list. I'm sure you'll enjoy that.
Well, so let's take a look at the category screen. Our new categories screen can be found right here under settings and categories, as always. Only this time what we're seeing is a list just like any list in SysAid, and all the actions that applies on any list on SysAid applies on this list here, meaning if I check several categories, I can apply multiple actions on these categories, but we'll take a look at that in just one moment. But before we do that, I'd like to show you how we can add a new category to this list. So we have our 3 categories here. You can see, please select or type a new category. So I want to add a new category. Let's add a category called mobile. And you see, as I start typing, I get this create new right here. So I want to click this, and I also want to add a subcategory. Let's call it how to, and the 3rd level category will be iPhone. Okay, great. I can add a description level to go with this category combination. This field here is to support our previous category screen. The best practice would definitely be to add the description to your template now that we have our category driven templates. We can also decide if we want to make this category visible to the end user portal, and we can assign a template to this category combination, an incident, request, change, and problem template, just like we were able to do before. So say I want to assign this combination with my mobile template. And another option that we have, we can use this category combination with our CMDB module. Now let's say I want to add another 3rd level category. I don't have to click done here and start over again. What I can do is I can just click save and new, and I can go on and add a new 3rd level category here. So let's say mobile how to iPad in this case. Okay, and when I'm done adding all my 3rd level categories, I can just click done, and you can see I have all my new categories right here in my list. Now let's take a look at some actions I can do on these categories now that I have them available as a list, so I can export them to a CSV or as a PDF. Right here we have this default button where I can actually set what will be my default template as I open a new incident, request, change, or a problem. This ability we had before, it's just moved here, and we have it here in a more convenient way. Other things that you can do with this list is, like I said, multiple actions on multiple categories. For example, now say I want to change my how to subcategory to something else. No problem. All I need to do is click more actions right here. And I can go to rename subcategory and just type in my new subcategory. Let's change it to need a new and save. Okay, so now they're both changed. Of course, I could have changed only one of them. Just think of the flexibility that you have here. Let's say that I want to delete a category. Right here, I want to delete this category. I can just click it and click delete. And if I have a service record that's already using this category, I'm going to get a screen that's going to ask me to move this incident to an alternative category. So let's move this to basic software, office, and how to, just for the sake of this example. I can choose whether I want to update all active service records, closed service records, and archived service records if I want to. If I want to do this for all the remaining conflicts, meaning I want to apply this change on all the service records that have this previous category combination, and continue. And that's it. This category is out of my list, and all those incidents have been moved to a different category. What else do we have here? We can check two categories, and we can decide if they are visible to end user portal or not, and whether we want to enable them for incident, request, change, and problem, just like we saw in the new categories form. So for example, if I wanted to enable these two categories for requests as well, all I need to do is change this to enable and click set. That's it. So as you can see, a whole new interface, a lot more flexible, and a lot more that you can do with it in just a few clicks. So let's move on and see some more new features. That was the category screen. The new category screen, I must say it's a lot more convenient to work with. You can do a lot more with just a few clicks, so that's great. Let's talk about all the rest of the enhancements that we've made to the service desk. For example, another great enhancement is the wait feature.
That's right, Michael. Yeah. The wait feature, that one I like especially. That feature allows you as service desk managers to better control and dictate the order in which those priority tickets are worked on. So for example, if you have multiple priority tickets and you have VIP issues and you want to make sure your team is working on the stuff based on your business priority, you can just wait those tickets, and then SysAid will make sure these tickets will always be on top of your service desk team's agenda. They'll see them above any filter they do, and they won't lose those priority tickets. So it's a very great tool for you as service desk managers to give better value to your business.
Yes. Let's take a deeper look at the wait feature. We have quite a few enhancements to show you today. And the first one we want to show you is the SR wait, or weighted SRs. This basically comes to provide your admins with a tool to set the priority of their work order according to the business priority. And what does this mean? You have your priority field here, and you'll also have your impact field, which will also impact the order of your work. But we want to add another level of prioritizing. For example, I have three service records here. I have one from Angelina Jolie with a paper jam, and it is of low priority. And then I have a database problem here, which is of a very high priority. And then I have another service record with a problem with one of my Exchange nodes. Now, on a regular basis, I would do the database problem first and the node problem second, and obviously I would go to Angelina Jolie last. But if my business priority says that Angelina Jolie needs to be fixed right after we're done with the database problem, I can easily do that by adding a weight value to each and every service record. So how do I give it a weight feature? I can go here and I can mark the database, go to more actions, and set it a weight of, say, 100. I could do anything from 0 to 30,000, let's say 100. And I could do the same with Angelina Jolie. I want her done second, and I will give her a weight of 80. And if I wanted to, I could also go into the service record and give it a weight. I'll do it like this just for the sake of the demonstration. I'll set it 60. Okay, so what happened here? You can see that I have three incidents. They are all marked in red, and they are ordered according to the business priority that I set for them. And this is a way for me to relay to my admin to first do these three service records and then move on to the rest of the service records because they're sticky on top. Okay, and not only that, I am relaying to my admin, listen, when you're going through these records, do the database first, Angelina Jolie second, although she has a low priority, and then move on to fixing the Exchange node problem. So with a simple value, I've added so much more power to my list and to the way that I can prioritize my work order. Now these incidents will always be sticky on top no matter how I filter this list. Now if I don't want them to be sticky on top, let me just order my list according to the service record number. I can just click this and now they are part of the regular work order, but they're still marked in red. One thing you need to remember about the weight feature is in order to see the weighted SRs, you need to be part of the group that this incident is assigned to, or this incident is assigned to you personally, or you are the responsible admin for this service record. You can activate and deactivate this feature. You just go to settings here, general, and right here we have enable SR weighting functionality. And remember admin's on-off preferences for weighted SR indicator. So basically when you move in between screens, the SR weight settings will remain intact. Next feature that I want to show you is the ability to add related items to your templates. We've had this ability before, but the related items were not passed to the incident when you were using that template. Now they do pass. So how do we basically do it? We can go to Service Desk Template. Let's choose an incident template, and let's go into the Paper Jam template and say I want to add a related item to this template. I'll go to the Related Items tab, and I'm going to add a knowledge base item that tells me how to free a paper jam. So I'll go here and select knowledge base, and the relationship between this template and the knowledge base item, let's say it is caused by add, and I see all my knowledge base articles. Let's search for paper jam. There we go. I have two relevant knowledge base items. I'll just take them both and select. Okay, and they're here. That's it. Now these items are attached to my incident template, and let's jump to the end user portal for a second and submitted incident. We'll use the paper jam template. Okay, and we'll just add a description here. And submit. Okay, service record 538. Going back, let's see 538. And we can see that the related items are here. This brings us to another very nice enhancement that we've added to our admin side incident, and that is what we call the solution module. Okay, the solution module is basically another field that you can add to your service record, which will show you here related knowledge base items. So let's say I've started working on this service record and it is related to a paper jam. I already have a related knowledge base item here that might or might not show me the solution to my problem, but if it does, just imagine how much time it can save me. Another enhancement that I want to show you is again dealing with the related items. Now you can add any entity as a related item to any entity, meaning if I wanted to add a related item to this service record of type project, for example, okay, I could easily do it. Let's say it's caused. Click add, and I'm adding the move HR project as a related item to this service record. Let's take another example. If I wanted to go to my assets, software products, okay, and I'll go to the office software product, and I can add a related item of type supplier, for instance. So I'll go here and I'll add a supplier, and from my list of suppliers I'll choose Microsoft. Okay, and I've just linked between Office and the Microsoft supplier. I've created a relation between them, and I'm sure you guys can think of other combination and other options that would fit your service desk. Another enhancement that we've added relates to our knowledge base. Now you have a knowledge base modification log. So let's say I'll go into the knowledge base article right here, and I'll go to edit, and I'll make a quick modification. MFS, don't know if that model even exists, but this is just an example, and I'll save it. And now the name is changed. Okay, I will scroll down here and I will see that I have one change here. Okay, I can see the history of changes of this article. If I click it, I'll see the history log here, and you can see the previous version of this article and how it looked like. If I had more than one change, I would see a list of changes here which I could toggle between and just track all the changes that this article went through. Another thing with the knowledge base, another enhancement is the related items. Here I can see exactly which items are related to this article. So you see, again, going back to the previous feature that we showed, it enables us to get a better grip of the relations in between the entities in our service desk. Moving on to another enhancement, we've enhanced the ability of the related problems field, which we had before, or I should actually call it the potentially related problems. That's the exact name of this field. And the enhancement that we've added is if you have a main asset attached to an incident, and to that main asset you'll have a main CI with a problem attached to it, then this problem will float up to the incident level and will show as a potentially related problem. Let me show you an example to this enhancement. So we'll go into this service record, and this service record has a main asset and a main CI attached to it. We do not see a potentially related problem here just yet. I will copy this main asset just so it's easier to find, and let's open a new problem. We'll go with a basic problem, create new. I'll select a category combination, it doesn't really matter which. Yeah, this will do. And let's select a process manager, Bart Simpson, and the request user will be Al Bundy. And now what I want to do is I want to set a main asset. Let's paste the main asset that we copied before. There it is. As a result, I have the main CI attached to this problem. Okay, and this will create basically the attachment that we're looking for. I'll click OK. I need to select a process manager again. Bart Simpson. Might have missed that. Okay, so we've created a new problem. Let's go back to our incident. And you see we have a potentially related problem to this incident, which we didn't have before. It was added right now, and if we click here, it will take us to the potentially related problem. So another enhancement that we've added is a log to priority changes. So imagine an incident that constantly gets priority changes. If it gets reprioritized once or twice, let's say that's fine. If it gets reprioritized 6 or 10 times, then we might have a problem, right? So first, let's see how SysAid now logs this priority change. I will change this I will change the priority for this incident to very high and apply. And you see now we have a box asking us to specify why this priority has changed. So let's say changed by manager. Okay. Now the first thing that this enhancement enables me to do is to go to the history here, and I can see exactly why it was changed and by whom. If this priority would change, say due to an escalation rule, we would also see it here, and it would say that it was changed by an escalation rule. Now we also in order to Now, in order to add another level of control and tracking, we've also added a report here under Analytics and Reports, and here under Help Desk we'll have that Track SR Fields Changes report. Now this report can help us track the priority changes. Okay, we have the SR field change counter. We want any change that occurred above 2 changes, and I'll click Submit, and we'll see which service record changed over 2 times. Okay, now the nice thing about this report, okay, and this is another one of our enhancements. Now let's close this. The nice thing about this report, and this is another enhancement that we've added, is that it doesn't only track changes for the priority field, it can track changes for various fields like the urgency, the impact, the due date. Okay, so if one of those fields was changed more than twice, and you can set the threshold to 3 if that suits your needs. If that change threshold was passed, you'll see that in this report, and you'll identify where you have the problem, and you can make a decision in terms of how to address this this issue. Let's take a look at the CC Fields enhancements. I'm going to go to Settings here, and under Integration, Email Settings, right here we've added automatically add CC addresses to the CC field in the SR. So if you want to make sure that all the relevant parties are always CC'd on the replies and back and forth emails, you can just check this checkbox, and that is what will happen. If you want to exclude recipients from the CC list, you can just add their email address here as a comma delimited list, and they will not be CC'd. And the next, and actually the last feature that we're going to see today, is the HTML messages. I'm going to go to my incidents list, and I'll open one of the messages right here under the Messages tab, which you all know and probably use during the day. And right here, if we click the message, we can see that we have the message in HTML formatting, meaning we keep all the images, we keep all the colors, logos, anything that came from the original message in its HTML format is now kept in the message. Before, we used to render the message into text format and we would see only plain text. Now it's a lot more convenient to work with the emails and see the emails like that. To correspond with this feature, we've also added a field here called the SR source mail. So as opposed to the description that you all use today and still renders the message into text format, you can either use instead or alongside the SR source email. Okay, and here you can actually see the message in HTML format. So it's basically your choice. And this concludes the SD enhancements that we have to show you, and we're moving on. As time goes by, you'll see that we're not only improving the software and its features, we're also improving our services to you. And today we want to speak about the SysAid customer community, which is undergoing a really nice change. To talk about that, we have Michael Slobodnik, our customer community manager. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. So, Michael, tell us a little bit on what makes the SysAid community what it is, basically.
So the best part of the SysAid community is the passionate, engaged customers we have that are interacting with us as well as their peers.
Right.
So obviously, you can come to the community and hear about our product from us, and that's valuable.
Right.
But so is coming and sharing that knowledge between each other and other people out in the SysAid community as well. So if you're experiencing a problem, if you're looking to try out new modules, if you're looking to be part of a beta, or you simply have a story to tell and impart wisdom on others, the SysAid community is for you.
Yeah, and you know, just like our categories and all the other features that we saw, the community is also going and it's undergoing a really nice change and improvement to its UI, right?
Yes, that is correct, but you don't have to wait until then. Now is a great time, as there are plenty of active discussions that you can come out and join and participate and start getting that value right now.
Great. So before we wrap up, we have Odin here with us, and he's here to talk about our Pathfinder program.
That's right, Michael. Without our loyal Pathfinders, we wouldn't be able to deliver a 14.4 release as great as it is today. I just want to remind you all that our Pathfinders take an important part in help testing and improving and fine-tuning the release prior to its availability to the general public, and they do a great job. We work on new features, tweaking them, fixing them. We work on some bugs that they would like to improve. And just like other releases, they have given a very valuable contribution in this 14.4 release. And they can expect something coming their way, something nice from us in the next few weeks.
Okay, so fantastic. So our Pathfinder program is basically open to the wide public. Anybody can join.
It's basically any SysAid customer that wants to join our Pathfinder program is invited to just follow the link that you'll probably see on the screen right now.
Yes. Okay, great. So we're ready to wrap up. I would like to thank you all for joining us today. We've covered quite a lot of information. We started with the iPad app, and then we continued with the categories. We've also seen the weighted SR feature and the solution model. So if you have questions about everything that we saw today, you can still post them on our chat. Our representatives are still listening to you for the next few minutes. You can also post questions on our community, on Facebook, and of course, you can use Twitter. You can go to @SysAid #webinar. So thank you for joining us. Again, we hope that you've enjoyed this release webinar, and we're looking forward to seeing you very soon. Bye-bye.